Hi, welcome to King Motors. You've clicked the link to our 2016 Jaguar XE Prestige model. I'm going to take you out for a run, drive around and show you a few bits and functions about it, but I just want to say, and I've said it a million times, I think design-wise they are stunning. I don't think there's anything in the price range under like sub 100,000 euros that is better looking than this car. I think it is absolutely perfect. Every angle, everything is right about it. It's just a gorgeous thing. Anyway, I'm just going to put a link in the video's description should you find it on YouTube or something that will take you directly to the ad. And while you're on YouTube, if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. And finally, I just want to put the price here as to what you can finance the car for from through us should you choose to. So here we are out in the XE, and lovely place to be. It's what you'd expect. As I said in the intro, the exterior is stunning. I think it's the best looking thing you can get in terms of sub 100 grand sort of supercars. It wouldn't embarrass itself anywhere, but the interior is the same. It's just lovely. And then it kind of brings me on to what a Jag is. A Jag is for people who just want to be ever so slightly left of center. They don't want a Mercedes and they don't want a BMW or an Audi, but they want an executive class car, and that's what these do. And they do it so well. Like, I am a massive fan of Jaguars. I've spent my own money on them. I've personally owned a S-Type or Jaguar, an XJ, or I do like them. I had an XK or in fact years ago. So I love Jags. And what Jag do really well, this is their thing. It's details. They're just covered in little details. And that's what I love about it. Down to how the door sort of swoops around into the dashboard, and the dash is sunken into like what you think is where the dash should be. Just loads of lovely little design cues. The end of the stalks here, that's real aluminium. The little bezel around the edge here, real aluminium again. Everything you touch is high quality. Love Jaguars. This is exactly it. And then something that Jag did with this XE model, which in my opinion was a fantastic idea from them, and it really changed this sort of segment for them. They went back to rear wheel drive. So you just get this really well balanced chassis. Like, it's front engine, 6-speed manual gearbox, power goes to the rear. And anyone who's into sort of driving cars knows that that's the setup you want, you know. And this one is exactly the same. So the balance in the chassis is lovely. The other thing that allows them to do is it allows them to spring the car much more softly, because you don't need all sorts of geometry on the front to make it handle right. So you get this lovely sort of compliant ride, and it's all adjustable as well. So you have various drive settings as well where it'll stiffen up and all that kind of stuff. So just a fine car. It really does. It lives up to Jag's tagline: grace, pace, and space. This has all of that in abundance. I love it. I'm a big fan. We sell an awful lot of them too. We found them very reliable. Like, from our side of the desk, if a car for us becomes unreliable, or we find that we're just spending too much money on warranty because we're a small company, we just don't get involved in them. We found these Jags to be great. Nothing out of the ordinary in terms of what we've had to do with them in terms of warranty, squeaky brakes, that kind of stuff. No horror stories at all. So they're a fine car. I like them very much. This one is a beautiful example of one. It's the higher spec. It's the higher spec one with all the bells and whistles on it. So you've sat nav, you've got your full park sensors around it. But what I think personally, certainly in my life at the minute, you've full Bluetooth connectivity for the phone, so you can play anything you have. Like, any sort of Bluetooth device will play in the background, and it just takes the sting out of driving around. And it just, if you've got kids or any of that kind of stuff screaming at you to hear the wheels on the bus for the millionth time, like me, it's a great old setup. Other than that, yeah, I'll kind of stop talking about the car and move on to us briefly. Just during these times, we can offer a click and collect service with the car, and really what we're trying to show you is the car in a bit more detail to let you see what's there. Let you know the type of people we are, what we're about, and then just say a few things about the business. We were one of the very first ever second-hand dealers to be SIMI, and now we're an AA approved dealer. That's the huge feather in our cap. The AA are mega brand protective, so they won't just allow anyone be an ambassador for them. So for us, that's, you know, I think that speaks volumes for us. So yeah, with all that in mind, I'm going to wrap the video up there, and I just want to say thanks for watching it. Hopefully it made your decision to come and see us easier, and showed you some nice bits about the car. But again, with all that in mind, goodbye, and hopefully we get to see you soon.